Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am going to take apart this, what is this? A Chicago Electric wire feed welder. And we're going to see what exactly is inside of it. Now, I kind of looked it over and it looks like basically it's lots of Phillips screws. So I got my screw gun and my bit collection, which this actually came out of the garbage. That was the best find that I found in a long time. A 1/4-inch drive set. Of course, we got something to throw some screws in and a couple hand tools here. And I even got my hand grinder with a cut-off wheel, just in case. But let's get started and let's see what's inside an arc welder. Now, I already cut the leads off of this, you know, and the power cable, which the plug was missing, and I didn't really think about it at the time, but I'm wondering if somebody had it directly wired into a breaker or something in their shop. Of course, I got a magnet, and well, it's got a pretty copper color, but it's just steel. I got a couple of buckets down here for some tin shred and garbage. Cut that off. Put that up there. And let me go ahead and cut this lead off. This is the lead that the wire runs down. Oh, there's a juicy copper core in there. I'll have to take that apart. Now, as I'm doing this video, I'm probably going to cut different things out because you don't need to watch all the boring stuff. Well, it looks like that's got like a brass insert in it, and it's not magnetic. Probably a combination of stainless steel and a little bit of brass in there. We'll put that in the goodie bucket. Another piece of brass there. Piece of wire wrapped around there. Make sure I put stuff in the right bucket. I'm always throwing stuff in the wrong bucket. Well, it looks like that should come out of there. Maybe. Nice little piece of brass. Let's pull that wire. And, interesting. Let's see. Pull this little plastic collar off. Maybe. There we go. More garbage. Well, that is interesting. It's a nice thick wire, though. Another little lead. Try not to make too much of a mess here. Get rid of that. Hopefully I got a decent camera angle so you folks can actually see what I'm doing. Let's see. All right, now that's just the tube. Cut that. And we'll throw that in the shred bucket. So a little more cord, wire. Goes as number 2. I can pull this sleeve off. There we go. Nice little piece of brass there. You know, I had a viewer actually recommend these particular type of channel locks, and I have to say they have been the greatest thing ever. And thank you for that. I can't remember the viewer's name, I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. All right, let me not take every little thing apart, but you guys get the idea of that. Pull that out. I have to take that screw off and get that lead off, but nice little chunk of brass and some more garbage. All right, let's get to the meat, right? Well, basically, I'm just gonna start pulling screws out of this thing. Need to take that handle off, maybe? Now I realize a lot of scrappers would take this thing, put it on the ground and just, you know, beat the tar out of it with a sledgehammer. And yes, there is some satisfaction in doing that. It's very therapeutic. But I don't know, it's the mechanic in me that takes things apart, actually. I don't know if that's holding anything else on or not. And of course my truck bed is full of water because we got rain. Yeah, that's all right. Into the garbage. All right, now we got to the meat and potatoes. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Hopefully that camera's picking that up. Let me give you a good look. Yes, look at that. Big transformer here. Great big massive transformer down here. Look at the roll of copper on that. All right, let's see if we can't get it all apart. Let's see. Yes. Let me clip some of this wire out of the way so we can see what exactly we're dealing with. Go ahead and take all these zip ties off because they have to come off anyway. Let's go ahead and cut all of this stuff. I hear chainsaw off in the distance. Let's throw some of these little bits in here. Now all this wire will go as number 2 insulated copper wire, which I believe currently is 70 cents a pound. That's why it's hard for a scrapper to leave a vacuum cord or something. Something with a cord. And I have a bad habit of not clipping a lot of wire off the back of stoves and things like that. And of course it all adds up. Boy, that's a nice heavy wire there. Looks like it might be aluminum though. Yeah, the way it cut, yep, it looks like it's just an aluminum wire, but it's all right. All right, well, got that a little bit out of the way. Looks like most of this stuff bolts in from the bottom, it looks like. Little fan motor there. Of course, on this side is where the wire spool goes, and then the wire runs through here. Let's go ahead and take some of this off here. You know, when in doubt, just take all the screws out and start shaking. Okay, there we go. Now we can get that one. You know, I've never taken one of these apart before. I kind of figured it would be something similar to a battery charger. You know, great big transformer, a few little circuit boards, and a fan motor for cooling. And that's basically what it looks like. Can I get that out of there? A little persuasion. That one's copper. Yeah, sometimes you can tell if it's copper or aluminum just by how it feels when you cut it. Well, we can get that electric motor out of there. Plastic gears. Those go there. Up. Get the screws in the bucket, not on the ground. We already got one of those in the tire. There we go. Come at it. All right. So, a little electric motor. You know, electric motors go for 15 cents a pound, I believe, currently. Now, I could actually take this and smash it open and pull the copper out of it and get the copper price, but it's just going to go as an electric motor to me. Okay, let's get some more screws out of this thing. Get some of this taken apart. You know, I always end up throwing stuff in the wrong bucket. It never fails. Some more wire. More wire. Let's take this off. Got a feeling it comes out through the other side. Let me go ahead and got a few little tidbits here, right? I'm not going to go crazy. Where'd I put it? There it is. Come on, Shaky. Ugh. Come on. A little bit more wire. More plastic. Lots of plastic. Ah. Where'd you go? Now this is actually why I don't bring a lot of stuff home anymore to process. You know, it gets to be very messy. And I am a very messy person, so is that whole thing spinning? Yep, it is. Let's see about these. Brass. Interesting. Oh. Come on. Okay. There's a 10. Yep. That. That works so much quicker, right? It goes in there. Not sure what that's holding, but well, let's go ahead and get these two. If you don't get them all, the one you leave is the one that's going to hold everything together. Never fails. Get all these out. Ah. Not much on that side. Let's go for the bottom. Oh, that one ain't going nowhere. Oh. Oh. Oh, something just fell. I think the transformer just went kablunk. Nope. Okay. And this one maybe? Oh, looks like we already loosened that one. What do we got? Oh, that should come out. There we go. Well, let's just get a little ground wire on it, a little piece of tin tread. All right, let's see. There it is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Clip some wires and get it freed up. Come on, that's a thick wire. There we go. Oh, that one's just aluminum too. Yeah. Is that brass? Yeah, okay. Look at that thing. Ooh, that's some chunky goodness. Now the question is it all copper or is it aluminum? Would you believe? Hopefully the camera is picking this up, but you see that white where I just scratched it? That is aluminum wire. This one is aluminum wire, and this one here is aluminum wire. So basically this transformer, I can't even sell it as an electric motor. This basically is tin shred. You know, the aluminum content is not enough to make it, you know, to justify it selling it as like dirty aluminum, because of course, I mean, this thing weighs a lot, you know, and it's all from the steel. So this big thing is tin shred. Not really worth the time to take this apart. The only copper so far that I'm finding is the wires, and this electric motor, I can see the copper winding in there, and I'm pretty sure that's copper and not aluminum. Most of these little fan motors are, you know, copper. I pull that blade off without hurting myself. More garbage. Couple screws on this side. Oh. Oh yeah, see, that's copper. So yeah, that'll go as a copper motor. But that's really disappointing, folks. I would really think that that would be all copper, but it's just aluminum wire. Not worth the effort. And it looks like all of this stuff is aluminum wire. You know, you can kind of tell by the way it feels. And I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can actually see where it's just wire wrapped around these bolts and then tightened down. So that's it. All of that, and it's mostly aluminum. Rather disappointing. It's all right, we're gonna get it off of there. More garbage in the right bucket. Because this wire will go as actually clean, well, once I strip it. But like this piece here, this will just go as clean sheet aluminum. You know, I pull the sheathing off of these and they'll go as clean sheet aluminum, which I think is 47 cents a pound right now, currently at the local yard. But let's see. Let's clip the rest of these. more here. Well, there's a little transformer in there. Can I pop that off of that little board? You know, not much of a circuit board, really. I mean, for that. Come on. Rip and pull. Now, that copper transformer, I'm sure of that. Most of these little ones usually always are copper. So that's 15 cents a pound. Now, I don't do the e-waste. So this basically just goes tin shred. Got some more aluminum wire. That looks to be aluminum plate, but I'm not really going to worry about it. Actually, all I'm going to go for is this little brass fitting here. Oh, it went somewhere. You gonna cooperate? No. Let me get my other set of channel locks. All right, well, we got the other pair of vice grips, channel locks. So let's see if we can't get this little brass doodad off of here. There we go. Oop, I want a washer. So a little brass nugget. I don't mean to use my good cutters to cut that clamp off. I'll do that later. That's how my cutters get dulled out from cutting things that I should not be cutting. So a little bit of brass, more garbage. So that's gonna do it though. Yeah. Is that aluminum or is that steel? No, it's only steel. Is that steel? No, that's aluminum. Those little plates are, but I'm not gonna take all that apart for those little plates. So a little more shred. And that's it, you know. We got the leads off of it, the wire leads, the casing, which is just going to go as tin shred, and let's see, our bucket here, which we got a couple little electric motors, and a little transformer, and a couple brass doodads. It's a nice little piece right there, and a couple brass bolts. Let me take this off. Just leave it off. But a lot of aluminum wire. Yep, most of it is aluminum. That's really disappointing. Of course, that's just a sign of the modern age. You know, it's got like that deep, rich copper almost color, but it's just yeah. Got that deep copper color, but underneath it's just aluminum wire. Oh well, now we know. All right, bet you thought we were done, but nope, I have this second welder. Now this one I actually picked up a couple weeks ago, and I took it to my brother's house and had him check it out. It doesn't work, so it's just scrap, but we're gonna take it apart and see if it's any better than the other one. Now this one is a Northern Industrial welder. It's a stick welder, which is a little different than the other one. You know, rather than having a roll of wire that feeds, this one you just put a welding rod and clamp it in there and use it that way. But it's a ARC 70 stick welder, if that makes a difference to anybody out there. And we're going to take this apart and see if there's anything good in this. I'm going to start off by clipping these cords, of course, which is normally what I do. I just clip the cords off of them and let them go. But let's have a look. It's got a nice beefy power supply cord anyway. Come on, get off of there. So that's nice. And of course, we got the ground lead, which I can already tell that this gator clip is nothing but steel, which is apparent by the rust on it. So that just goes into the shred, but we got another cord. And then this is the, I don't know what they call it actually, but it's the clamp that holds the welding rod. And it's got a nice cord on it. And this should have, this should have removable jaws on it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just a plastic cover. Come on. Got the screw gun, use it. Got another screw there. Oh, plastic garbage. And ooh, that's a nice piece of brass. Very nice. Got some Allen bolts there that hold the wire lead in. And of course it's got a plastic cover off of it on it. Have to take that apart. Make it nice, clean yellow brass. But definitely nice. Goes into the bucket. And now we're gonna do the same like we did the other one. We're just gonna start pulling all the screws out of it. Throw them into our magnetic tray. Then of course I'll dump the magnetic tray, and whatever falls out is generally going to be a brass screw, or sometimes aluminum, or occasionally even stainless steel. But I'm curious if this one is going to have an aluminum transformer as well. Maybe not. Oh, more screws. What am I doing? As soon as you think you got them all, you find more. Have to get my magnet stick out after I'm done and make sure I don't have any extra screws on the ground, because you know where they'll end up. Missing something here? Alright, there's a casing. Pin shred. A little more casing. Just cut that. More tin shred. Alright. Start clipping some wires out of the way. Like I say, I apologize if my camera angle is not too good. It happens, folks. What can I say? Oh, more tin thread. Alright, that one's off. Now for the true test. No. I'm going to actually guess that this one is copper. Just from looking at the ends where I cut it, it's got a coating over it. Nope. No, it's probably, you know, copper down to where then it goes into this aluminum wire. Because like I say, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but that's just more aluminum wire. So yeah, that spindle there, aluminum. So another one, you know, you can see where I scratched this one up, and it's just a pretty white underneath that copper coloring that I don't know, almost like glue. But yeah, just aluminum wire. So yet another one that just goes into the shred pile. So not really worth the time. I didn't even get any brass goodies out of this one, just the lead. Now let's just trim this stuff off. That way it don't poke me in the eye. So yep, another aluminum try to give you guys a better view. Can I scratch that one? Get that coating off of there. Give you the close-up so you can see it. Yep, just aluminum wire. Well folks, that's it. You know, to me, not really worth the effort. Both of these transformers will just go off in the shred pile, which is where I was going to throw them at anyway. But it was interesting taking them apart and seeing what exactly they were, what they were inside. And to me, they resemble just like a battery charger, basically. Of course, you know, like I say, most of these modern ones, you know, within the past 20 years or so, everything, you know, they're going to these aluminum wire. You know, it's just cheaper, you know, but oh well, it was interesting taking it apart. So I'm going to get my stuff cleaned up here, and that's going to do it for me. So until next time.